So let me get this straight. Education is the problem now? Professors are supposedly running some grand conspiracy to turn students into activists, and the solution is to defund schools, ban books, and make colleges inaccessible as possible. You know, sometimes I wonder if I accidentally wandered into the Twilight Zone. Let's unpack this. First, they came at education from two angles. Step one, make it unaffordable. Over the years, student loan interest rates skyrocketed, state funding for public universities plummeted, and tuition fees ballooned to absurd levels. An uneducated society is a controllable society, and if you can price people out of education, you're already halfway there. Step two, vilify education itself. They've convinced people that professors, many of whom are just trying to teach students to think critically, are scheming together in some nationwide plot to indoctrinate young minds. And the irony, when studies show that the more education someone receives, the less likely they are to identify as conservative, they don't take that as a sign that learning broadens your understanding of the world. No, they take it as proof that education must be brainwashing people, like, aha, you're liberal because you learn too much. That's the logic we're dealing with here. But let's think this through. Why would an educated, critical thinking society be so threatening? It's simple. Education isn't just memorizing facts. At higher levels, it's about tearing apart research, debating beliefs, and expanding horizons, skills that threaten those who profit from ignorance. The more you learn, the harder it is to manipulate you. The more diversity you experience, the less likely you are to fear people who are different from you. And fear is the golden ticket for maintaining power. Fear is how you sell lies and keep people from asking tough questions. If you eliminate education, or at least make it scary or unattainable, you can turn people into exactly what you want. Obedient, unquestioning, and dependent on whatever narrative you're feeding them. Politicians know if they can convince people education is useless, they won't develop the tools to question them or understand how systems are designed to keep everyday people struggling. And it's working. People are genuinely out here believing that education is dangerous while willingly trusting politicians who profit off their ignorance. I mean, what's next? Are they going to call math liberal propaganda because numbers don't lie? Or is critical thinking itself too woke now? This is how you build a mindless society. You make education inaccessible, then you demonize the very idea of learning. You convince people that asking questions and understanding the world is dangerous. And the saddest part, it's not subtle. It's happening in broad daylight, and some folks are cheering it on. So before you start yelling about indoctrination, ask yourself, who benefits when you believe that?